How's it going? My name is Landon. My name is Landon Hamilton. I'm a film major here at Pratt, and I'm also in this science class right now. We're gonna talk today about. We're gonna get real into it. We're gonna have a couple people on today. We're gonna have a couple conversations, and I'm a multifaceted man. I wear many hats. One of the director, of course, and one of science.
Science. What is science? All right, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, what is pseudoscience? Pseudoscience is the widespread misconception of a specific subject that is presented to be true or an actual science. Take Bigfoot, for example, or the Loch Ness Monster, or the Jersey Devil, or Mothman. The so-called science that aims to prove the existence of these creatures is known as cryptozoology.
I had waited years to have that kind of an encounter. I don't care what any other doubters say after that. They don't know.
Or take one of the dozen ghost hunting shows on TV nowadays. They've got EMF readers and proton packs or Ouija boards or whatever. The important thing is the shows present what is widely understood to be folklore or myth to be a real, measurable phenomenon. Pseudoscience. One of the most widespread examples of pseudoscience today is the practice of astrology. So what is astrology?
I always thought of astrology, it was just what you see when you're younger in Teen Beat magazine or in Teen Vogue, I don't know. And it just depends on what month you're in and they just predict the future for you. I personally don't identify with my sign that's supposed to be my sign.
What is it? What's your sign?
Virgo.
What is a Virgo supposed to be?
I don't know, whenever I'm oh, I'm a Virgo, everyone's like, ugh. And I'm like, what does that mean?
I think astrology has more of a more human element to it, you know? If you believe in astrology, it's a way of connecting yourself to the universe.
Astrology has been classified by the scientific community as a pseudoscience, meaning its practices are illegitimate and not reflective of any real, measurable research or experiments. Back in December of 1985, physicist and educator Sean Carlson conducted a study that comprehensively tested the accuracy of an astrologer's abilities to read their client's personality. Carlson concluded that the results clearly refute the astrological hypothesis, and the study is so definitive in these results that it is to this day considered the most damning piece of evidence against the legitimacy of astrology, and it is the reason for its classification as a pseudoscience. So when considering all this evidence, why is astrology still so popular? Why do people practice it, and what's the appeal?
I think of it as it's what you do with it. If you don't go more beyond the surface level, then it could be kind of just dumb.
Yeah, you get into astrology, and at first it's oh, this is fun, oh yeah, I relate to this, and then you start kind of shaving off pieces of yourself so that you fit into this hole. It's like you're a cube and there's a circle hole, and you're just oh well, I'll shave this corner off and this corner off and this corner off until I fit, because I need to fit. I'm a Capricorn. I need to fit in that. Yeah. I mean, there's more than 10 people in the world, so there's more than 10 types of person in the world. So I think if you take it too seriously, you ward off a lot of good things because you're focusing too much on this thing that you have to be, or you have to align yourself with.
I think to just discredit a whole belief system and be there's no scientific evidence, I just think is not fair because it's based on something so different. I mean, I don't know so much about astrology, but it is about it has different meaning to them. They'll see something as a certain cluster of stars, but to them they assign different meaning to it, and that doesn't make it not valid. I would see it I'd be going through a rough patch, or I'd have a crush on someone, and my astrology sign would be wait till this Friday, it's all gonna happen. I was sweet, perfect. Like, I remember that was a specific incident. It's like that kind of thing. So you have like one, something to hold on to, and also some sort of prediction of the future, so it's not so unknown.
And honestly, fair enough. Life as we know it is so random and chaotic, we are mere specks of dust on a slightly larger speck of dust orbiting a massive hydrogen furnace which is being propelled by forces we don't fully understand further out into the ever-expanding universe. Is it really all that damaging for us as a society to have a handful of people go, "Oh, you're such a Pisces," every now and then? I'd like to argue no. There will always be weird subcultures and even mainstream organizations with atypical belief systems that aren't technically true. As long as it's not hurting anybody, what's the harm in that?